Good morning from a little rest area in Bryce, Utah, which is a few minutes outside of Bryce National Park. It's currently 3 degrees. I was honestly, when I saw it getting this low, I was hoping it would like sub-zero so I could experience that for the first time, like out in the wild. But yeah, the temperature is starting to rise now that the sun is up, so I don't think that's going to happen. I am still going to go to Bryce National Park, and I'm going to go just like check out some of the viewpoints and take pictures. It makes a fantastic pit stop. So I like contemplated coming here for sunrise, but it's just like kind of dark, and I really think that a lot of the allure of this place is when the sun is kind of shining on the rocks, and so I think this will be a really good time to be there. Yeah, my hand is really cold from holding my phone, so I'm gonna get going. Can you see it? How cold it is? Here we are. All right, we are going to Sunset Point. I do realize it is not sunset. It is most certainly the morning, but Sunset Point has a very lovely lookout that is beautiful even not when it's sunset. Oh, and before I go on, I want to tell you about the annual pass for the national parks. The reason that I am able to do a lot of these trips without spending a ton of money is because this pass allows you to access, it covers your admission fee to all the national parks, basically. I mean, with the exception of a few, for a full year. So if you're even doing like a 5-day road trip, like this one, I'm going to be going to 5 different national parks. This is saving me almost $100. So it's because it's usually $35 to get into most of the national parks. So if you multiply 35 times 5, that's 175 or something like that. It's $80. So I save a lot of money. And then every other road trip that I do, same thing, my admission cost is covered. So that's just a tip for you if you ever wanted to do something like this. This viewpoint is super close to the parking lot. Just a quick walk. This place is so cool looking. So this is the amphitheater area. It's just beautiful. There's hikes that go all through these canyons. This place is so cool. This is such a special place. I just love pit stopping here. I don't necessarily need to hike there every time, but there's a lot of other hikes in this whole park that you can do. And there's also a scenic drive with, I don't know, maybe like half a dozen pullouts of viewpoints. I'm going to show you a couple more things, and then we're going to go to the next place. This is Wall Street. Thor's hammer. It's really cold. Can't stand around for too long. Oh my god, my hands are freezing. Here's a little information about where we are. Okay, time to get into the heater of my car. I just learned about another little area of a park I didn't know existed. Okay. It's about less than a half a mile to get to the cave and a couple views. Okay, coming up on the mossy cave now. I think that waterfall was more impressive though. But this is pretty cool. How cool. All right, let's go check out that waterfall. That thing looked pretty impressive. Cool. I think I'm gonna go down there. There was a bunch of people there earlier. How neat. How tall do you think it is? Like 20, 30 feet? Frozen solid. So cool. Well, that's a cool pit stop. Kind of really happy I decided to make this. I don't think I've ever seen like a waterfall. Oh, excuse me, a waterfall straight frozen like that. All right, that's all for this trail. Heading back to the car. Next pit stop is in, I think it's in the Grand Staircase, Escalante National Monument, but I'm not sure if it's within the boundary or not. This is Highway 12, scenic byway 12, I mean. Amazing. There's a little pull out right here. It's an epic viewpoint. this is the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. Not really anything to do here, but the view is pretty. There's some info cards over here. You can pause if you want to read any of these. Travel tip for traveling back here, make sure that you have all of your maps downloaded because there's not a lot of reception in between little towns and things like that. There's really not any signage for this trail, but this is the hike to 100 Hands. That's what it's called. You'll see why shortly. Well, it did say there was some scrambling on this trail. Up we go. So this trail is about a mile long. There's the parking lot. I think it has about 300, just under 300 feet of elevation change. Ooh, a little sketchy. Super soft sand. Maybe not that soft. And there it is. See it yet? How about now? 100 hands. How cool. I wonder who they are. Are there 100 of them? Try counting. Good luck. I don't think I can get much closer than this. This is already a little sketchy. Pretty cool. High five. Wow. These views are pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, here's some more rock art. It's called The Shaman and the Hunter. I don't know. Interesting. Pretty cool. was that? Rude. That's very clearly the hunter. This must be a shaman or a bunch of shaman. I don't know. That's pretty cool too. What's that? Animal tracks. The map says there's something else over here too, so I'm gonna check it out before I go back to the car. So here we have a bunch of heathens who have ruined something that would otherwise be pretty cool. But nope. Somebody's gotta mess it up for everybody else. One more stop on today's list of activities. Oh, I didn't take this little side trail yet. Check this out. Here's some more we missed. Looks like this one's been shot. It's got an arrow through it or something. The other ones don't have that. There's no signage here, which is kind of a bummer because I'd like to know like what nation wrote that, like what tribe, or I don't know how they would call themselves, but like who wrote that? Who made those? Who made all of these? Are they from the same group? Are they from different groups? I don't know where I am. I lost the trail. And we're back. Currently now heading north on the scenic byway 12 up into Capitol Reef National Park, the second national park of today. And when we get there, I'm going to take you with me to Hickman Bridge. There are a lot of scenic overlooks on this drive. This one is the Larb Hollow overlook. But, oh, these views are just incredible. Utah is so gorgeous. I think that lake is frozen. You can pause these if you want to read them. Most of the overlooks don't have a bathroom, but this one does. You don't even need to get out of your car, though, for a lot of these views. Gorgeous. All right. Just left the town of Torrey. Capitol Reef is less than 10 miles away from that little town. Very pretty. This place is, honestly, it's pretty underrated. It's just out in the middle of nowhere, and there's like nothing else out here, which is probably why it's not visited as much as the other Utah national parks. But there's a lot here to see and to do. That's the Capitol Dome, the one in which part of this park was named after. Okay, I just arrived at the trailhead here in Capitol Reef. There's like literally nobody around. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 other cars since I even got to the park. But there's nobody else out on the trail, so it's just going to be me out there, which I'm pretty excited about. That doesn't happen all the time. In fact, I don't think it ever really happens. This trailhead is right off the main road. Like, okay, so we were on scenic byway 12 earlier. Now we're on highway 24. And there's a few, I mean, there's like pullouts and hiking trailheads all over the place, but a few like short ones that are really like quick on the side of the road is this one that we're gonna do right now to Hickman Bridge. And this same trailhead, where the Hickman Bridge, there's like a fork in the road at one point, and then you go up to this other one called Navajo Knobs, and then there's another one down the way. I think it's called Great Wash. I will have to double check, but that is, you can kind of like make it as long or as short as you want, but you get to just walk through the sandy wash. But I need to get moving because the sun goes down in about an hour, and my goal is to be back here like as the sun is going down, if not sooner, really. But we'll see. I doubt that's gonna happen at this point, but it is 4:45, give or take. Yeah, time for me to get moving. These massive boulders, they look volcanic. And here we break for the bridge. So I haven't done Navajo Knobs. I did the rim overlook, but they are in the same direction. That was the last time I was here. Now we're down in the wash, almost to the bridge. A little over halfway there at this point, I think. Climbed out of the wash. Now we're back on the rocks. First glimpse of the bridge. Okay, this sign suggests going this way first. Made it to Hickman Bridge. Let's go under it and see what's on the other side. Probably the same view. I can't remember because I was here once before. Just gotta scramble over some rocks. Bye, Hickman Bridge. That was the hike. This is the hike I did the first time I ever came to this national park. I could obviously wander around this place all day, but I gotta get going. I really want those french fries. Okay. Probably a little less than a mile back to the car. This trail has about 400 feet of elevation change. And its total length is estimated to be 1.1 3/4 mile, about. Maybe a little less. Wow. So many pretty views on this hike. Wow. Pretty. I think somebody punched a hole in the rock. It's a big fist. These like rock blisters always fascinate me. How did they get there? Okay, I told myself I was going to do a better job closing out videos, so here's this one. I'm going to get some food, and then I'm going to drive into the night. I don't know where I'm going to camp yet, or nap, I guess you could say, because technically, I don't know if it really counts as camping. I'm kind of just taking a nap, usually for a few hours. But that's the plan right now. So I'll show you what dinner is, and then you'll probably just get some black driving footage until the next episode. See you there. Good night. I'm not totally sure what tomorrow's episode has in store for you yet, but you'll find out soon enough. Made it back before dark. Guess I get to keep my glass slippers. Nice. Today's total mileage was just shy of 5 miles. From the trailhead, heading east on the 24 toward the town of Hanksville right now. There it is, still says open. Made it to the rest area. This is home for tonight.